Hey everybody, and welcome back to what feels to me kind of like a new Music Wednesday. There are a lot of changes that have happened. It's been a while since we've been here. We've been through Riverbend, we've been through Bonnaroo. Shaquem has moved on to another state. Leslie is no longer doing this with us either. Charles Allison, who has been so wonderful working with the library, is moving on next week.
New season.
It seemed, and Kimberly is now our producer, and it seemed sort of symmetry maybe that I would have Ethen as our first guest in the new show. So
I'm honored.
Ethen Martin has been doing the audio production for us for almost a year?
Yeah, just right after I started, when this was still Dynamo, and I was still getting started with the place. I think I picked up the gig and just kind of been doing it ever since. I enjoy it.
A musician, a producer, you do all kinds of things. We'll talk a little bit about that. We're going to hear some of your music, but like I said, I just thought it'd be a good place to start. I know I've got Mike Crowder coming in next week, and then I think Daryl Wheeler Jr. the week after that.
Cool.
I've been talking with Tim Hink about doing a very special project with him. That one's going to be awesome. All those guys are great, but Tim, does some composing for the symphony. In fact, tonight actually, July 3rd, he'll be doing his song will be part of the Pops on the River performance with the symphony. So lots of plans, lots of exciting things happening. So we always like to get started with some music. So Ethen, if you'll play something, what are you going to do?
This is a song called Strawberry Blonde. It just, for June, won the Pitch Sifter for Soundcore. So it just seems appropriate that I start with it. So
awesome.
You can currently download this on Pitch Sifter, or stream it, I should say. And it's off of the record I released about a year ago, last time we talked. So that's cool. Strawberry blonde, you're covered in red. Magic hat and cigarettes seem to be your medicine. You're mad at the world, fear follows after. I'm knocking at your door, but you won't let me in. Is it just that I'm different? I'm not the same as anyone you had ever met, would ever meet again. I take the words you said, I hold them to the bitter end, and I watch as you walk away. Crossroads and crooked signs, we're riding fast away from bright city lights. We'll follow your heart to nowhere, to become victims of your despair. Is it just that I'm different? I'm not the same as anyone you had ever met, would ever meet again. I take the words you said, I hold them to the bitter end, and I watch as you walk away. Now that you're gone, gets back to where I started from. I'm stuck at the bottom of a bottle, hoping maybe one day I'll come around. Take the words you said, yeah. I hold them to the bitter end, and I watch as you walk away.
Very nice.
Thank you.
So that one what?
Pardon me? The pitch sifter. Yeah. Yeah,
makes me think, listening to it, as you had said that before, one of the things I wanted to ask you about is sort of the opportunities, because you've had the unusual chair, if you will, or the seat over the last year to see music in Chattanooga from a lot of different areas, right?
Yes, and from a lot of different spiritual places. I don't know, like just coming from all different places in a lot of different ways, you know, that can mean a lot of different things. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
And one of the ways is here, and that's what I wanted to ask you about. You and I had lunch probably a couple of weeks ago.
It should turn off.
We should turn.
That's all right.
We can get rid of it. I hope.
It's okay.
We had lunch a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about the diversity just in this show that we've had every week.
It's crazy. There's everything from folk music, like what I'm doing, to like truly traditional folk music, like Lon Eldridge, for example, all the way to hip hop, to soul, R&B, just anything you can name. We've had full bands in here, like a lot of our rock and roll friends around town, and I've had the fortune to work with them at Arch as well, and so just being able to see this city's music scene kind of go from a seed to a real, just blossoming thing. It's pretty amazing.
Has it surprised you, the diversity, the quality?
The quality, I don't want to say it surprises me. It just inspires me how much it's growing. Like all of a sudden, within the past 5 to 7 years, I feel like everyone, like the city's eyes are opening about art, and in the music scene specifically, like people are starting to realize like what it means to really invest in themselves, or like what it means to really go into a studio and take the time to really locate the sound that they are hearing in their head, and not just kind of go as fast as they can for the sake of having it out there, you know. And there's just so many great things that are happening.
Does it seem like some of that is the result of all the collaborations?
Yes. And I think it's a huge part to do with it is also Songbirds. I think that organization has completely like almost liberated this city in a sense from its old artistic viewpoints and shown this just whole other standard that things can be held to.
It's interesting you say that. I agree. And the point of my question, one of the things I've observed with all the collaborations is it seemed to be that people were afraid before to ask for somebody else's opinion because they were afraid they'd be told they weren't good enough.
Yes, and it's not, and what people are starting to realize is like it doesn't have anything to do with if you're good enough. It's objective,
right?
You know, just because someone says, "Hey, this guitar tone isn't correct for this song,"
right?
They're not saying you're not any good at playing guitar.
Right.
They're just saying, "I believe in you enough to tell you that you can craft this more appropriately," and that to me is a compliment more than it is anything, because you know you're still there working. I mean, you know,
and also that raises the level.
Yes.
If we're collaborating and you're way better than me, I better raise my game type of thing. And I think the Songbirds, that's a great observation, because it's like I said told somebody, I think at Bonnaroo, as a matter of fact, that it just felt like we're no longer that city that says, well, that was a great show for Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. Or can you believe so-and-so came here? Now it's like that's what we expect. Yeah. We expect that A level. So
100%.
Well, let's play something, and we'll talk some more about it.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to do one more from my record. It's called Feeling Fine. It's the first song off the record.
What's the record title?
It's just self-titled. It was just I approached Jason Foster quite some time ago. I guess it's been about 6 or 7 years now, and we started from scratch, and it was about a 4 or 5 year journey before it was finally released. But man, it was just the best learning experience in the world. Nice. I feel like it helped me learn how to help other people when they come to the studio.
Cool.
So this is just this is a song about just feeling lost, but being okay with it in a sense. Loving with a broken heart, thinking with an empty mind, and that's the sort of thing that won't get me very far tonight. I got a broken back, a pair of those empty eyes, blinded by all the things in this world I despise. I take a walk outside my box and I'm feeling fine. Whiskey burns my lips, smoke stings my eyes. A pocket full of poison will erase my mind. I'm trying not to be a sinner and hate you, even though you tell me that's what you deserve for me to do, and try to move on, try to stay calm, try to stay strong. And that's the sort of thing that's easier said than done. I take a walk outside my box and I'm feeling fine. Whiskey burns my lips, smoke stings my eyes. A pocket full of poison will erase my mind. I'm walking on these clouds and I'm feeling high, looking down. On all the people down below me, feeling fine right now. We're feeling fine. We're feeling fine. A pocket full of poison will erase my mind. I take a walk outside my box and I'm feeling fine. Whiskey burns my lips, smoke stings my eyes. A pocket full of poison will erase my mind.
Very nice. Another nice song.
Thank you.
You said before that you hadn't been playing out live much. Is it because you got so much studio work? Or just...
Well, I haven't been playing solo like this
said.
much. I've been playing with what was formerly known as Aaron Carney Band and is now known as The Licks. We've officially named ourselves so The Licks. And then I've also been playing with a band called Westfall. That's led by a girl in town named Kelsey Westfall. And I also play with a band called the No Good Deeds, led by Derek Anderson.
See, this is representative of what we were saying.
Yeah,
everybody's playing with everybody. I love it.
And a girl named Krista Cherevich. I love playing, and that's Barry Wild, and we play sad country tunes, and those are always fun, just to whine about it a little bit, and Howl at the Moon.
You mentioned the Aaron Carney. You guys did the Road to Nightfall.
Yes.
And people out there watching may recognize Ethen actually won the guitar, right?
Yes, I did. I am flattered by that because I honestly wasn't even aware that I was competing for a guitar. So I just, that was the first show we'd ever played together, and the room was packed and the energy was great, and I was just having fun. We were all just having so much fun. And guitar or no guitar, I wouldn't have traded a single bit of that for anything in the world,
We talked about the diversity of all the acts and everything, but the other thing that we've noticed over the 2 or 3 years of doing this is the opportunities to play are a whole lot.
Yes.
There are more of them, and they're different.
They're more potent, like people are actually being heard. Yeah. I think. And I think a big part of what was going on in this city some years ago is that people did not feel like they were being heard.
Yeah, it was like it was a second or third idea behind dinner, and just it was to get people into the space or whatever, and now it's more of a showcase.
For sure, and people are looking to put money into going and seeing good entertainment, and then the venues are also looking to put investment into the entertainment and giving these people incentive to really bring the show.
Makes a difference.
And these bands I'm working with in town, they come through the studio and they're putting the work in, like they really are. Yeah. And I'm not just gonna like start saying a huge list of names or whatever, but like the people that I know that are working, that have worked with me in there, they know that who I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And like they really do put the work in. Yeah. And it's inspiring. I learn from them all, like on a daily basis.
Makes a big difference. Yeah. One of the things I want to do ongoing, and you guys can help, is first of all, send me ideas of people to have on this show, but also news. I ran into Danimal on Sunday at one of his 4,000 gigs.
Yes, one of his many appearances.
That he does.
Yeah.
But he mentioned that Strung Like a Horse, the band that he's in, is going to go in the studio in Nashville in a couple of weeks. So awesome. Congratulations to those guys, and good luck.
Doubt. Congratulations.
That's the kind of thing I'd like to let people know about that. And the show tonight at the Pops on the River, Doug Hedwig, Jonathan, I must say his name, McLean, I believe it is, and Tim Hank are all having original compositions performed. So that's pretty great. That's pretty cool. That's the kind of talent that's here in town.
No doubt. Very cool.
All right, well, let's do another one.
Okay. This is one that only people that I play with on the back porch have ever heard. It's brand new, and I don't know. It's one of those songs that I wrote it and it's been speaking to me. Not even sure that I have a title for it yet, but it's on my heart, and I just feel like sharing it. So
that's what we love.
I don't know where I'm coming from. I don't know where it is I'm heading, but I know I feel you in my veins. When I'm cold, it helps me to sustain. I don't know who I am anymore. Mind is old, my eyes are weak, my back is sore. But I know a tiny dose of you would surely go a long, long way with me. Long way for me. Won't you please come and save me? Come and save me from the voices in my head telling me I don't belong, telling me the world would be a better place if I was gone. If I was gone, I don't know where my energy will flow when I leave this earthly plane. But I know the fire in my soul will surely hope to find the fire in you. Yeah. Won't you please come and save me? Come and save me from the voices in my head telling me I don't belong, telling me the world would be a better place if I was gone. If I was gone. Won't you please come and save me? Come and save me from the voices in my head telling me I don't belong, telling me the world would be a better place if I was gone. If I was gone. If I was gone. If I was gone.
That's all good, man. That's good stuff.
Thanks, man.
Just sitting here thinking, it's just again representative of all the good stuff that we have in town that we can do here.
Yeah. I think for every band I work with, I think there's something I walk away from. Every session I walk away like, man, that guy was doing something that I would love to learn how to do, or like just something that was totally inspiring. You know what I mean? It honestly sidetracks me from all of this. It really has. I've not thought about a gig like this in quite a while. I feel like I'm so focused on just
learning
that and helping. I feel like I don't know, this is going to sound real weird and spiritual, I guess. I feel like my purpose in all of this right now is not to play my own music, but just to feed, like breathe into the city. I want to help.
I get it.
Yeah, it's bigger than me right now. It feels bigger than me. It feels bigger than a solo act. It feels bigger than any one song.
I totally get it. That really kind of speaks to the whole idea of this show that when we conceived it 3 years ago, there was so much going on, and it was not just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what my original idea was, the rhythm guitar player or the drummer's got something going on too, not just the band.
Oh,
and
man.
How do you showcase that, and how do you get that out? And then when this library studio, which we are in, we should mention the studio at the Downtown Public Library is an amazing place. And when this thing came online, it became an educational tool.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can speak to it, because a lot of times when we finish a session, which you have recorded, you end up talking to the musician and setting up another session where they come in and either record with you, or they come in and they do a Saturday or whatever session here at the library with kids.
They do.
So they get the benefit of a recording. The kids get the benefit of a live professional learning experience.
100%.
I mean, that's an amazing thing that we have.
It's 100. It's a full circle benefit to everyone involved all the way around.
Right. And I think you're kind of proof, because I know that there was some discussion and some worry when the library came on. It's not here to compete with your studio or anyone else's.
Nope.
They get one song. They're not doing a whole album, and they get to help the kids. The kids learn that there is more to being in the music industry than just being the front singer or the front man. They learn that there's production, engineering, there's all kinds of things. So,
and I think we have Dynamo to thank for that too. I mean,
Kessler
Dynamo and Songbirds really did something for the city, in my opinion. They put a footprint down that, moved it forward. Like, it was like, oh, hey, you've never seen a studio? Come look at our studio. Oh, hey, you've never seen the history of rock and roll? Come look at the history of rock and roll. Well, come put your hands on it. You know what I mean?
Not just that, but that level, I was able to judge a kid's performance contest that was at Songbirds. I remember many times during the night saying, I can't imagine being a 10-year-old and be on my resume.
Yeah,
or in
exactly.
My
awesome.
resume.
It's awesome.
You just don't get that. It's world class.
It is.
So all of those things are adding up.
And it's being run by world class people, and they're all just so great. You know, I love all the people involved in all those organizations. They're such close.
It really, I mean, I keep saying it, but it's the truth. That the collaborative spirit is, to me, the biggest change that I've seen in 30-something years of doing this.
It's community now. It's great.
It used to be hey, I got my band and we're playing, and when we're done, we're leaving. We're not going to stick around for your show. And now it's, well, you can't leave because in many cases you're in the next band. There's so many people that are in multiple, like you and Danimal, but so many people, and I don't know. It feels pretty cool, and it's neat to be a part of it.
It is.
And Ethen is going to continue working with us, which I appreciate very much.
Wouldn't trade it for anything, man.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy introducing you to some of the people that I know, and
it's fun. I feel like being surrounded by the history is so life-giving, and just, it's not even about fanning out and asking questions. It's just about like
absorb.
Yeah, just being in the room with it all.
That's pretty cool.
And just taking it in and being a part of it, being a part of the growth. I love it.
All right. Well, you're going to take us on out with the last song. Again, if you guys have news you want to share with me, it's bcourter@timesfreepress.com, bcourter@timesfreepress.com. If you got acts that you'd like to see, if you want to be on this show, I'd love to have you.
And feel free to come talk to me, too, about such things.
Come see Ethen, and tell people where they can find your stuff.
You can find my solo album on Bandcamp under Ethen Martin. It's pretty simple. E-T-H-E-N. Jinx. But thank you. Yes, that's. And then you can also find me at Arch Audio Records on Bonnie Oaks. It's a new studio here in town. And I'm also heavily affiliated with everybody over at Dynamo Studios. So you can kind of get in touch with me and hear my music or hear the people that I'm involved with anywhere on the internet. And my information is very readily available. So please feel free to contact me if you are seeking musical growth and you just want to be a part of what's happening in this city. I'm here to be a hand.
Let me add, thanks again to the studio. We're here about every Wednesday, but we also like to get out every now and then. So if you got a cool idea for a cool space or something crazy, that's my sort of mantra is think crazy, think stupid.
No doubt.
We like the wilder the better.
100%. This city needs more of it, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, it's a challenge for you. It's a challenge for me. It's fun. Everyone enjoys it. So, all right, take us on out. And
awesome.
Thanks, everybody, for watching, and can't wait to see what's next.
Thanks, Barry. Thanks to the Times Free Press, and thank you to the Chattanooga Public Library, and thank you to everybody out there listening. I love you all very much. This is a song called I'd Come Down. The way she looked at me, I can't quite figure it out. She tells me just be myself. I can't put my finger down. You're back in my life. I'm scared you won't stick around. It's like we're touching smiles, And your taste, your touch, your love could carry me for miles. You bring me up, without you by my side I'd come down. We are living in the moment. Lean on me, I will be strong. You said everything is just fine, but I know that means something's wrong. And your taste, your touch, your love could carry me for miles. You bring me up, without you by my side I'd come down. We lay in bed, we put one in the air, and we just stare with our heads together, and we look up, and we both shed a tear, wonder where to go from here. 'Cause all I know is your taste, your touch, your love could carry me for miles. You bring me up, without you by my side I'd come down. Oh, your taste, your touch, your love could carry me for miles. You bring me up, without you by my side I'd come down. I'd come down. I'd come down.